US fighter jet downed in Iran. US scrambles to locate missing US pilot. Iran offers $60,000 reward to find enemy pilot. Inside the rescue mission for missing US pilot. Here's how US pilots survive in enemy territory.
Hello and welcome. You're watching NewsX Explain with me, Vineet Malhotra. Amidst a dramatic escalation in the US-Iran war tonight, the focus is on one question. Where is the missing US pilot and how serious is this setback for Washington? Because for the first time in this conflict, a US fighter jet has been shot down inside Iranian territory. And reports say that one American airman is still missing behind enemy lines. Let's begin with the core facts. A US Air Force F-15E Strike Eagle, a twin-seat fighter jet, was shot down over Iran. This aircraft is critical. It carries one pilot and one weapons systems officer. Thus, two crew members were on board. Here's what we know. Both ejected after the hit. One has been rescued, but the second is still missing. And that missing pilot is now at the center of a high-risk rescue mission deep inside hostile territory. The crash reportedly occurred in Iran's Khuzestan province, a strategically critical region near the Iraq border. Why is this important? Well, because the terrain is a mix of mountainous zones and rugged desert, close to oil infrastructure and military bases, and highly monitored by Iranian forces. Videos also surfaced showing US aircraft and Black Hawk helicopters flying low over mountainous terrain during search ops. This makes the rescue mission extremely complex. Limited visibility, high risk of detection, and enemy-controlled airspace. Now to the key question. How did Iran manage this? Well, Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps has claimed responsibility. And according to Iranian state media, the jet was hit using advanced air defense systems. Experts suggest possible systems include mobile surface-to-air missile systems and shoulder-fired manpads that are hard to detect and intercept. This is crucial as it shows that even after weeks of US strikes, Iran's air defense network is still operational and dangerous. Now, the rescue operation. This is not a routine evacuation. This is a combat search and rescue mission inside enemy territory. The assets deployed? Well, Black Hawk helicopters and C-130J Hercules aircraft for support and coordination. Reports confirm that two rescue helicopters came under Iranian fire but escaped, while Iranian media stated that one Black Hawk helicopter was also downed. This tells you that the rescue mission itself is being actively targeted, and yet the US continues the search. Iran has gone into full information warfare mode. Claims by Iranian state media say that the jet was completely destroyed and one pilot may have been captured, while civilians were asked to hunt for the missing one. That's what's most striking. A bounty was announced, with reports suggesting that a $60,000 reward for capturing or handing over the pilot was put forward by Iranian media. This is unprecedented in this conflict. It turns a military situation into a civilian manhunt inside Iran. While official identities have not yet been publicly released, we do know they belong to a US Air Force F-15E squadron, and one is a pilot while the other is a weapons systems officer. Importantly, one is safe and one is missing, likely surviving on the ground. Axios cited a US and an Israeli official stating that one of the two crew members of the US fighter jet was located and rescued by US Special Forces, and the search for the second is ongoing. An Israeli official also stated that Israel cancelled planned strikes in Iran so as to not hamper the search and rescue efforts. Israel is now helping the US with intelligence in order to locate the other member. Now here's where it gets critical. Every US airman is trained in what's called SEER, Survival, Evasion, Resistance, Escape. This is training prepares pilots to survive in hostile environments, avoid enemy detection, communicate covertly, and resist capture. The system is not limited to a single kit but is a layered setup. It includes a survival kit attached beneath the ejection seat, a survival vest worn by the pilot, and additional gear such as helmets, radios, and weapons. Together, these support the four key principles. The kit includes a full range of signaling tools such as flares, smoke bombs, strobe lights, and glow sticks. These help pilots make their presence known to search aircraft or helicopters, especially in low visibility conditions like dense forests or nighttime environments. But here's the challenge. Very few US pilots speak Persian. The terrain is unfamiliar, and enemy forces and civilians are actively engaged in search. So survival becomes exponentially harder. Now to the political angle. President Donald Trump had earlier claimed that the US had decimated Iran and air superiority was achieved. But after the shoot down, he said, it's war. Notably, he refused to discuss rescue operations, and the White House only confirmed he was briefed. This exposes a contradiction despite repeated claims from Secretary of War Pete Hegseth and other officials that the US has achieved dominance of the Iranian skies. How was a US jet shot inside Iran? Well, this also comes after the IRGC announced on the 3rd of April that a second F-35 fighter jet was destroyed in the skies of central Iran by the new advanced defense system of the IRGC Aerospace Force. It said that the doomed fighter jet belonged to the Lakenheath Squadron. The IRGC noted that the intruding F-35 fighter jet that was shot down on Friday was completely destroyed and has crashed, and its pilot likely did not eject. Earlier on March 19th, Iranian forces claimed that they shot down the first ever F-35 jet. Meanwhile, the Iranian embassy in Pakistan responded to social media concerns over the missing pilot, saying those held in Iranian custody would be treated with dignity and respect. Responding to a strong media user who expressed concern, saying her son was also a fighter pilot, the embassy said, "Be sure your sons are more in danger with Donald Trump than in custody in Iran," and added, "Pray he's kept captive by Iran than found by US rescue teams." The Iranian embassy in South Africa also made a similar response, referencing President Trump's previous threats of blasting Iran back to the Stone Ages. The embassy stated that in Iran, the rights of prisoners of war have long been defined. "We do not treat POWs like your savage allies, the Zionists. We have an Iranian civilization. We do not live like in the Stone Age like America." Iranian Parliament Speaker Mohammad Baghir Ghalibaf also joined in mocking Trump's repeated claims of victory in war. After the jet was down, Ghalibaf stated in a social media post, after defeating Iran 37 times in a row, this brilliant no-strategy war they started has now been downgraded from regime change to, "Hey, can anyone find our pilots, please?" Well, this is not just about the pilot. This changes the entire war dynamic. It is the first confirmed US jet loss inside Iran, signaling a major symbolic and tactical blow. It shows that Iran's air defense is still active and US dominance is being challenged. While the US Central Command has confirmed that the conflict has killed 13 US military service members, with more than 300 wounded, a senior administration official said that President Trump has been in the White House receiving updates on the rescue effort for the missing pilot. It has also resulted in a live rescue mission in enemy territory, which consequently means risk of escalation if things go wrong. And lastly, a civilian bounty hunt that raises the stakes dramatically. As we track developments, one question remains: can the US bring its missing pilot home without triggering an even bigger escalation? Because history shows that rescue missions can either succeed spectacularly or spiral into disasters. And right now, the clock is ticking, the terrain is hostile, and the world is watching. This is no longer just an air war. This is now a survival story, a rescue operation, and a test of US military credibility. All eyes remain on the fate of the missing pilot as the two nations race against time to locate the US military personnel.
US fighter jet downed in Iran. US scrambles to locate missing US pilot. Iran offers $60,000 reward to find enemy pilot. Inside the rescue mission for missing US pilot. Here's how US pilots survive in enemy territory.